Imagine a machine is so colossal, it literally forced the world to reshape the ground beneath it. This is the story of the largest passenger airliner ever constructed. A true feat of modern science that pushed the very boundaries of aerodynamics and human ambition. Today, we're looking at facts about the Airbus A380 that will shock you. What exactly makes the Airbus A380 a flying multi-story complex? Well, all this we're going to learn today on Everyday Simple Science with Ray. If you're new here, kindly subscribe to our channel, like and share this explainer, and help us reach new people who are interested in learning about the what, why, and how of the universe. To really grasp the scale of this machine, we have to start with its capacity. In its record-breaking passenger capacity configurations, the A380 is certified to carry up to 853 passengers. Just let that number sink in for a moment. We're talking about transporting an entire small village, lifting them miles into the stratosphere in a single flight. In this explainer, we'll guide you through 5 key areas. We'll look at scale and engineering marvels, performance and efficiency, design features, infrastructure and production challenges, and finally, the aircraft's commercial legacy. Part 1, Scale and Engineering Marvels. Let's look at the massive weight and wingspan dimensions of this absolute giant. When fully loaded and cleared for takeoff, the A380 tips the scales at a staggering maximum weight of 575 tons. To put that massive weight into perspective, you're looking at the equivalent of about 5 mature blue whales. Or, if you prefer, 2.5 times the weight of the Statue of Liberty. The physics required to pull that much mass off the tarmac is frankly nothing short of miraculous. And the secret to handling all that weight, it's a unique full-length double-deck architecture. You see, while the legendary Boeing 747 has that iconic partial upper deck right at the front, the Airbus A380 runs 2 full decks all the way from nose to tail. This brilliant design choice gives it 40% more usable floor space than the 747, making it the only true double-decker passenger airliner in the skies. Of course, putting a massive double-decker fuselage demands some serious lifting power. The A380's wings stretch an incredible 79.8 m across. That's roughly 32 double-decker buses lined up end to end. These enormous composite wings provide 54% more surface area than its closest competitor, which is absolutely crucial for keeping a giant of this size up in the air. Moving on to Part 2, Performance and Efficiency, and how this behemoth cross is the globe. Despite its immense size, this aircraft boasts ultra-long-haul range capabilities. It can fly up to 15,200 kilometers without stopping. That means we're talking about 17-hour non-stop flights, like the massive route from Dubai to Auckland. And it does this while cruising smoothly at Mach 0.85, high up in the thin air to cut down on aerodynamic drag. Naturally, keeping a machine this heavy in the air for 17 hours requires complex fuel management systems. The A380 holds up to 320,000 liters of aviation kerosene. That fuel alone weighs about 250 tons, nearly half the plane's total weight at takeoff. But it doesn't just sit there. Onboard computers are constantly pumping this fuel between 10 different tanks while in the air. This maintains a perfect aerodynamic balance as the plane burns fuel and constantly shifts its center of gravity. Here's something that might surprise you. Because takeoff burns the most fuel, the A380 actually becomes more cost-effective on longer routes. Once it hits cruise altitude, its aerodynamic design and fuel efficiency per passenger really shine. Because it's carrying so many people at once, the fuel burn per seat is actually highly comparable to much smaller twin-engine jets. Part 3, Design Features. We'll explore how it's built to bend and incredibly how it keeps quiet. If you've ever sat near the window on an A380, you might have noticed those massive wings flexing upwards during turbulence. Don't worry, that's not a flaw. It's deliberate wing flexibility for turbulence and stress. The wingtips are actually engineered to bend upwards by up to 4 m. If they were perfectly rigid, the shock would concentrate at the root and cause the metal to fatigue. By bending, it safely distributes that energy across the entire span. And we know it works because of the stringent safety standards and emergency evacuation tests the A380 had to pass. Engineers deliberately pushed these wings way beyond any storm they'd face in reality. They loaded them up to 150% of their normal operational limit. The wings bent a terrifying 7 m upward before they finally snapped in the testing rig. It proved conclusively that this structure could safely protect the hundreds of people inside. Inside the cabin, however, you never know, there was turbulent. The noise reduction engineering for quieter operations is phenomenal. The A380 actually produces 50% less cabin noise than a 747, which really cuts down on travel fatigue. Plus, because of those massive wings, it can approach the runway about 20 knots slower. That slower speed and the heavily silenced engines mean this behemoth easily meets the strict departure noise limits at busy hubs like London Heathrow. Part 4, Infrastructure and Production Challenges. We'll see how the world itself had to adapt to accommodate the Super Jumbo. You see, the world's airports simply weren't ready for a plane this big. Introducing the A380 meant massive requirements for airport upgrades and specialized gates. Runways and taxiways had to be widened and reinforced just to handle the 575-ton weight. Terminals were completely overhauled to process surges of over 500 passengers at once. Airports even had to install 3 specialized jet bridges just to board both decks at the exact same time. And just building the aircraft was a logistical mountain. We're talking about a global supply chain and complex final assembly in Toulouse, France. A single A380 is made of around 4 million individual components sourced from 1,500 different companies across 30 countries. Bringing all of those pieces together in perfect synchronization was an undertaking the aviation industry had never seen before. Finally, Part 5, the commercial legacy and the eventual fall of the giant. Despite being an absolute engineering triumph, the aircraft faced staggering financial challenges in development costs. Creating a brand new double-deck quadjet cost an estimated $25 billion. Tragically, due to a rapidly changing aviation market, Airbus was never able to fully earn back that monumental investment before the production line was halted. The very thing that made it special, its massive size, became its biggest economic hurdle. The A380 needs consistently high load factors to make money. A half-empty flight causes the fuel burn per seat to absolutely skyrocket. At the exact same time, we saw a massive shift in market demand towards smaller twin-engine jets. Airlines moved away from the old hub and spoke model, preferring to fly passengers directly point to point on smaller, high-efficient planes. So, we look back at a surprisingly short timeline for such a magnificent machine. The program launched in 2000, took its maiden flight in 2005, and entered commercial service in 2007. But ultimately, those reasons for the eventual end of the production program were just too heavy to overcome. With only 251 net orders, Airbus officially ended production in 2021. As the aviation industry continues its steady pivot towards smaller twin-engine jets, it leaves us with one fascinating lingering question. Will the skies ever see a mega structure like the A380 again? Please subscribe to Everyday Simple Science with Ray. Like and share this explainer and turn on your notifications. And before you go, click to watch the explainer currently showing on your screen.